this is Stephanie, and this is Talk Tales and Trivia, the show where I talk about pop culture and trivia. Listen, I love talking about pop culture and trivia and doing the research because I want you to stump your family and friends. It is so much fun. On this episode, I want to talk about masks. Well, we all know what a mask is, and I know that you are wearing yours and I am wearing mine all the time. So that way you're safe and I'm safe from the pandemic COVID-19. But did you know, and I know you know, that there are other types of masks and there are other ways to wear them? Of course there are. And that is what this episode is all about. So sit down and relax and listen to all the masks that I'm going to talk about. Now, I know you know what a mask is. Believe me, I know. But as I always do, or sometimes, or usually, or mostly do, I'm going to give you a definition, a similar, kind of little bit of a definition. Here it is. The word mask appeared in English in the 1530s. Did you know that? It's to cover, to hide, or to guard the face. Well, of course it is. This word is of uncertain origin, but it does mean buffoon or to ridicule. Well, that's what the definition is, and that is pretty much what we think of when we think of a mask. Well, up until lately, we're certainly not buffoons, and we're not ridiculing anyone for wearing a mask. If anything, you're ridiculed for not wearing a mask, right? But I digress. Okay, listen, I'm going to talk about one holiday in which you can only imagine wearing a mask, and I know you know this, but Halloween. Well, it is said that it is at Halloween when it was believed that most ghosts came back to the earthly world, right? And they came back to scare people. So what the people would do is they would wear a mask when they left their homes so that perhaps the ghosts would think they are spirits too. They didn't look like human beings, right? They had the masks on, so the ghosts would leave them alone. Well, that's pretty clever. But have you heard about masks being worn at a masquerade ball? Of course you have. It has become a custom to wear masks at a masquerade ball, and we've all seen it on TV. You know you've seen masquerade balls or movies with masquerade balls, and since the 17th and 18th centuries that it has been done, masks have been worn. Venetians popularized the use of masks to allow commoners to mingle with the upper-class citizens. So very smart. Masquerade masks were worn very delicately by the prosperous class at balls. Masquerade masks had many uses, including hiding one's identity and using different color to express one's freedom of speech and voice one's emotion and opinions without judgment. It really is a good way to hide yourself so that you can say whatever you want. The main type of mask includes masks with a stick. You've seen that at masquerade balls. And the head mask, the full face mask, and the half-faced mask from classics like The Phantom of the Opera, for example, Romeo and Juliet, The Lone Ranger, and Gossip Girl. Well, they were all masquerade masks and have been and still are used in all types of media, right? Now, I am going to talk about some media. I'm going to talk about 3 types of media, right? I'm going to talk about The Twilight Zone. They have a great episode, and it is called The Masks. And it is season 5, episode 26, and it is a classic from The Twilight Zone. Well, it was on Mardi Gras, and this older man, Jason, decided that he was going to have his immediate family over because he was a dying man. He wanted them to have good stuff that he had lived with and he was passing on, and he was going to give all the stuff to his kids, but they had to wear masks until midnight. Well, they agreed begrudgingly, and what happened was, well, I'm not going to tell you, but it was a scary one for me when I was growing up. Without your masks, you are caricatures, he said at the very end as he was dying. And you have to see it. So go to Netflix or Hulu and rent The Twilight Zone, Season 5, Episode 26, to see how it ends. Well, have you seen Wrinkles the Clown? It's a documentary on Netflix, and it is kind of cool. I've seen it like 3 times because every time I see it, it's something that I didn't see before, and it's really clever the way it's done. It is really about this unidentified performance artist living in Naples, Florida. And as a part of an elaborate art project, they decided to have this clown dress up, not show him from the head up, just have him speak and say that he didn't want to show who he really was. So Wrinkles is a curmudgeonly homeless man, or he's made out to be that way. And he dresses as a clown and hires himself out to parents to scare kids that are misbehaving, let's just say. And he would charge them a couple of $100 to do this. Well, he got very famous very quickly in Naples, Florida, and the character first appeared in a video uploaded to YouTube in 2015. I'll put that in the show notes, and it depicted him emerging from a young girl's bed in the middle of the night. Well, it looked real, and it kind of was real, but subsequently the character appeared in several more videos, either frightening children at their homes or engaging in disturbing behavior such as waving to motorists from a darkened roadside, which was pretty scary because I'm a little bit scared of clowns, or he would just act weird and there would be sightings of him. Now, concurrently, he made up stickers bearing his face and a telephone number, so he got really quite well known and around Florida, and it quickly, he went viral. I won't tell you the twist ending, but you should see Wrinkles the Clown, a documentary. Now, the next thing is so obvious, and I know, you get tired of me talking about Joker, the 2019 movie that you should all see. But as you know, the Joker wears a mask, or he paints his face. I will tell you that this is horrifying to me, and I am really scared of clowns, really. But I was always wondering why Joker always wears a mask or covers his face. Well, in the 2019 movie, the answer becomes pretty clear. Well, Arthur, the subject in question here, is so unhappy with himself, his life, his job, where he lives, growing up without a father, and that having a happy mask on and trying to be happy and make other people happy is easier than handling the truth that he feels, right? He practices smiling but finds this difficult. He can no longer hide his discontent under a mask. I'm not going to tell you anything more, but you should see this movie. I've seen it about 5 times, and every time I see it, I want to see it again. That's how profound it is to me. But Joker always wears a mask or always has some kind of makeup on, so he is feeling better about himself, let's just say. Now, have you heard about the furries or the fursonas? I'm going to do a whole episode on the fursonas, which is very interesting to me, but it is a counterculture, an unusual and sometimes disturbing act of playing an animal, wearing a suit and a mask. The furries, as they are called, go to conventions and have a lifestyle all their own. The furry is somewhat introverted, and they feel more comfortable being an animal. Well, that's okay. This group does not necessarily dress in their animal suits in everyday life, but usually only wears it around other furries. The act of having sex while dressed in the animal suit and mask is an arousal for some furries. Going to conventions with others that dress in the masks and costumes of animals is, well, a counterculture, like I said, and something that perhaps maybe in your lifetime and maybe in my lifetime we may experience. Now, I'm going to talk about something completely different, and that is the S&M mask. What is that? Well, it's sex play. An article of clothing made from leather, PVC, latex, rubber, spandex, all that is how they make S&M masks, or what materials they make them from. It is worn during bondage, dominatrix, sadomasochism, BDSM. And if you want to know the acronym again, I'm not going to say it again. Well, it is used for sexual role play, and the mask covers the head and usually the face. Bondage hoods are meant to dominate, depersonalize, and sexually objectify the wearer with his or her consent or preference. Well, that is all I'm going to say about that. Well, did you know many states have had, in the recent past, a no mask order in place? And do you blame them? People that wear masks, and masks in general, are very scary to some people. You don't know what's going on because you can't see who's under the mask. During the 1918 influenza pandemic in San Francisco, California, a group of citizens that included doctors and several city supervisors formed an anti-mask league after becoming frustrated with mandated mask wearing. Well, we've gone from entertainment to fun and leisure and to safety masks as a way of life. Masks are also familiar as pieces of medical kits associated with protective and safety of the wearer as well as the person that they are, treating, right? So that is how we live right now. That is our life right now. That is how we have to get along right now. To help other people and to help ourselves, we wear masks. Sometimes they're ugly, but guess what happened? As soon as the mask craze came out that we had to wear them outside our homes if we wanted to do anything, people got creative and learned how to make them and to have them match outfits. I know I do. And have masks of all kinds. And that is clever. And that is something I knew was coming. We have to wear them. And they might as well be attractive. So that's the way to look at it, right? You have to be safe. And you have to kind of keep up with the style, right, of the day. So make your own mask if you don't have one. And wear it to be safe and to keep others safe as well. Well, the mask has been a vehicle for entertainment, and I think, and I hope that I have shown you that, and it is still that way. But the mask now has a safety reason for wearing them, right? Because of viruses like swine flu and COVID-19, it is encouraged that people wear masks for the health of yourself and others, and I hope that you are doing that. We all are going to have to see the fallout of such a mandated act of wearing a mask. And even if there is one, who knows?
Have you ever experienced a cataclysmic event that has left you in a disoriented and confusing world? Gwendolyn has. Thankfully, she's been shown the way to a wonderful existence that no one, at first, could have ever imagined. Not even her. Southpaw, a tale about a girl's imagination, by Stephanie Lee.
Listen, I would love to hear from you. You can email me at talktalesandtrivia@gmail.com. I want to hear about your mask. Maybe you can send me a picture. You can also go to talktalesandtrivia.com to listen to past episodes as well as current episodes. I have a blog post and I have a little paragraph about me if you're wondering who I am. If you enjoyed Talk Tales and Trivia, go over to growinguncomfortable.com where I talk about masks as well, but just in a little bit of a different way. So you may want to check that out, growinguncomfortable.com. You can email me at growinguncomfortable@gmail.com as well. Also, I have something to tell you. I am all over social media, and you can get to it by talktalesandtrivia.com and growinguncomfortable.com. And you can also subscribe to both Talk Tales and Trivia and Growing Uncomfortable. I would love that. And that just tells me how many people are listening and what I am doing right and wrong. And please email me and let me know as well. Okay, listen, wear your mask, keep yourself healthy, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.